చౌటిలా స్కూల్ ఆఫ్ పబ్లిక్ పాలసీ విద్యార్థులతో గిరం అధ్యక్షుడు భరత్ సమక్షంలో మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ ముఖాముఖిగా సంగారెడ్డి జిల్లా పటాన్చెరు మండలం గీతం డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ విశ్వవిద్యాలయంలో సమావేశమయ్యారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా మంత్రి కేటీఆర్ మాట్లాడుతూ బళ్ళు నిధులు నియామకాల నినాదంతో ఉవ్వెత్తునెగిసిపడ్డ ఉద్యమ లక్ష్యం నెరవేరే తెలంగాణ సాకారమయ్యే సమయంలో ఉన్న ఎన్నో సందేహాలను పటాపంచలు చేశామని, అప్పటి ముఖ్యమంత్రి కిరణ్ కుమార్ రెడ్డి విద్యుత్పాదన లేని తెలంగాణ చీకట్లో మగ్గిపోవాల్సిందే అని చేసిన వ్యాఖ్య ఎంతో నిరుత్సాహపరిచిన దానిని సవాలుగా స్వీకరించి అప్పట్లో 7,780 మెగావాట్లున్న విద్యుత్తును 16,000 మెగావాట్లకు పెంచి నిరంతరాయంగా విద్యుత్ను పరిశ్రమ, రైతులు, గృహావసరాలకు సరఫరా చేస్తున్నామని, తలసరి వినియోగంలో దేశంలోనే ప్రథమ స్థానంలో నిలిచామని, గరిష్ట డిమాండ్ 12,000 మెగావాట్లకు చేరినట్లు సభకుల హర్షధ్వానాల మధ్య కేటీఆర్ సగర్వంగా ప్రకటించారు. తాగునీటిని బ్యాంకర్ నుంచి పట్టుకోవడానికి సిఫార్సు చేయమని అడిగిన దశ నుంచి మిషన్ భగీరథ పేరిట రుమారుమి 45,000 కోట్ల ఖర్చుతో 14 లక్షల కిలోమీటర్ల సరఫరా ద్వారా రాష్ట్రంలోని ప్రతి గృహానికి మంచినీరిచ్చే స్థితికి చేరుకున్నామని ఆయన పేర్కొన్నారు.
18 again we went to polls, won it again, and so this is my brief journey politically speaking. Now going back to Bharat's point about how the journey has been and what challenges we faced in terms of policy, in terms of politics, in terms of a lot of things. Back in 2014 there were 3 or 4 questions that I used to get asked every so often by the media, by my friends, everybody. They used to ask me, why should Telugus be separated? Why do we need 2 separate states? I said, why separation, firstly? Secondly, the question that used to get asked was, will it be viable? Will it work? What is the need? How can it work, etc. A third thing is, which is a bit derogatory, but we used to get this question all the time. Does the current leadership in Telangana do they have it in them to run a state? Do you have that leadership abilities? I told my father that, after seeing JNU and after, in fact, a first cousin of mine was an Indian Forest Service officer. So I interacted with him a bit and he said, listen, if you want the material comforts of life, and if you want, not just fame, but also the other material comforts and other things in life, then this is not for you. If you want to serve the nation, if you just are content, doing good service, then this is the role. Otherwise, don't join. But obviously, I was 21, I think. I said, all my friends are rushing to the US. Let me go and get my master's also there. So I went to the US. I have a master's in business administration as well. And then eventually I started working there. It was a .com boom then. Now it's called startups. But back then it was called .com. This was 98, 99. So I worked for a bit. I worked there till 2004. And in 2004, I came back to India on my own job. In fact, I was heading the entire South Asian region for my company. And from 2004 until 2006, I worked out of Bombay. I was traveling the entire South Asia except Pakistan, where I was not given a visa. Otherwise, I would have gone there too. I went to Bangladesh, I went to Sri Lanka, I went to Nepal, I went to, of course, I was based out of Bombay and Hyderabad. So I worked there, and in 2006, the Telangana Rashtra Samiti, which was headed by the current Chief Minister and our party President, Sri Chandrasekhar Rao Garu, was part of the UPA. And then the whole premise of that coalition with Congress back in 2004 was the Telangana statehood formation. But unfortunately that didn't happen, so he resigned, he quit UPA and resigned his parliament membership 2006. And without even informing my party president and my father, I just quit my job without telling him, and I started working. Because I knew for a fact that if I asked him, then he would say no. So I said, okay, this is not happening, and then I just wanted to play my role, do my thing, and just be supportive of him. That's how the journey started. From 2006 until 2009, I worked as a party worker. In 2008, I think it was, I was given the general secretaryship of the party. 2009, I contested, won with a narrow margin of 171 votes from a constituency which is about 140 kilometers from here, called as Sirsila. It's a textile town in Telangana, hub of power looms. I won with a narrow margin, 171 votes. But within a year of 2009, I had resigned, as a protest against the then government reneging on its promise. On 9th of December 2009, Union government had announced that they are initiating the process of formation of Telangana. And then within 15 days, they went back and they said.
So today's conversation is focused on our students, the Kautilya program, sir, as we have told you. We have 50 students coming from 18 different states. Many of those images. We'll share a little bit about his journey and then we'll get into question and answers and we'll be happy to take any of your questions, students. So we request that you share your journey in terms, because we have a bunch of passionate people who want to participate in nation building, in policy making, but they don't know the avenues of how to do it effectively.
Thank you, well.
Thank you, sir.
I hung around with a few friends because I had a few friends there. I hung around there, I was looking at all kinds of people there. One thing that struck me, as very, very interesting at JNU was, there was something written on the wall there. It said, in a democracy when, we are the world's largest democracy, you guys know that. In a democracy when everything is decided by politics,